The remaining players have survived the first murder, but how has Chell's elimination affected their game? And how will our traders work together in the game now that they know each other? Let's listen in to see how our players are coping.
Yeah.
I got to speak to him a little bit.
He was very quiet last night, I think. Like when I was, in the group chat, I think I talk a lot, and I think other people do. And I think sometimes people just get like lost in the background a little bit. So I was happy to talk to him a little bit today. Seems like a nice guy.
I low key kind of feel bad for him because when we were kind of doing the challenge, like you could tell like he wanted to like hold out to get a shield,
Right.
and like it sucks. Had he held out, he could have still been here. It's
He was the
unfortunate.
he was the first person, right, to step aside.
No, I think he went out with me. I think we were like the last two.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think the first
crazy.
two people were,
It
I
was
think
myself and Patrice that
Brandon.
stepped out.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
It
right.
Patrice.
was this,
Right. It was you, Caleb. It
it
was
was
right.
myself and Patrice. We were the first two to step out.
Right. You're right.
Gotcha.
Well, glad you guys are still here.
It's so crazy how like one night we could just be talking to each other complete here, and then like coming into the next round, like we may not even see that person anymore. It's so nuts to me.
Yeah.
Right.
It really like
People
set in today.
people that have
Mhm.
played in the past, like you can like if you get out, I guess you're not allowed to, like Phil said, you're not allowed to communicate until the end of the game. After the end of the game, have you found that you guys can like continue to be friends with people that you played with, or does it just like end with the game?
Oh no, no, not at all. So I had a really good ally in the game, but I was a traitor and he was a faithful, and I screwed him over, and we still talk all
Yeah.
the time.
That's
It's a
cool.
game. I would throw my
Yeah.
sister
Yeah.
under the bus, she would throw me under the bus, but we're still going to be friends. Like, I mean, we're still going to
Right.
be
At
sisters.
the end of the
It's a
at
game.
the end of the day, it's
Game is
just a
game.
game.
Yeah.
Yes,
At the end of the day, it's just a
exactly.
game. We're all going to be friends outside of this.
Right. And we're all here
If
for
you're
the
not
same
here to have
reason.
fun, then you're not in the right spot,
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Straight
yeah,
up.
exactly.
Yeah.
Love that.
Right. Have fun. Distract ourselves from our real lives, right, for a few minutes.
Right?
Right.
Straight up.
Exactly.
The crazy long days.
Meet some
Yeah.
new people. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
this is why I play Phil's games, is because you always get to meet all these interesting people
Right.
that you
Mhm.
wouldn't meet on a regular basis. I ain't
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
see you in Quebec. I'm not going to Chicago. I
Yeah, I feel
actually been to
like
Chicago.
I
I've been to Chicago, but anyway, sorry.
oh, I always have game nights with my friends, and do you have you guys played Secret Hitler? I'm assuming
Yeah.
anyone. It's like
Secret
a
For
role-playing
sure.
game too, and they love playing it. And like I want to play more often with them, like in game nights. But they really have to be in the mood. And so when I saw this on a random traders group, I don't know which one it was, but I was like, oh my God, that seems so cool. And just knowing that like everyone here is like into this stuff is just so cool. Because
Yeah.
like my friends like board games, but nothing like this. I think it's so cool to.
Do you
A
know
little,
that?
Um,
it's a
Do
little
you know
pocket world, I'll tell you.
it
Yeah,
right.
is?
I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
realize. Oh, yeah, you guys think RPGs and like role playing games, and I looked them up, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is. I didn't realize like
I had
everyone
no
does
idea too.
this.
I was talking to people at work today, and they were like, "What?" Like I was trying to explain to them what we were doing, and they were like, "What?"
Oh,
I
you
was like, "It's
brave
fun.
soul
It is.
telling
It's cool."
people.
It's like I feel like I found a little community that I didn't know existed
Yeah.
before.
For some of us, it's like a guilty pleasure. You kind of keep it on the low.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
tell anybody. I'll be like, what are you doing? I have a meeting at 8 o'clock.
They're
I
like,
was
you're on Zoom willingly,
Right,
like
right.
you want to do this.
I was running a social group today, and I was like, "Oh, I need to leave a little bit early, a little bit early. I have an appointment."
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna hop in another room, y'all.
All right,
All
Matt.
right. Did you guys already talk about what you thought of Chell leaving?
We were
Mm-mm.
just saying,
You
Well,
guys-
I volunteered that I was the first one voted out of my season, and I ended up winning that season. So you really cannot count Shell out as being just gone.
Oh, there
Phil
was
has
like a
got a really
returnee option?
I was a returnee and I had no choice. I was coming back as a traitor. I asked to be faithful. He's got this stupid wheel, and he
Oh,
spins the wheel and it clicks around, and then yeah, you're a traitor.
okay. So you think that this season's probably randomized who the traders are?
I think so. Yeah, Phil
Okay.
really loves his wheel. I mean, it's everybody's name
Yeah.
goes on this wheel. and he clicks a button, and that's who the traitor is going to be
Yeah,
this
for the
season.
mole,
So,
it was
Cool.
randomized as well. Yeah.
yeah,
Guys, I've got
Okay.
to
yeah, he
go to
does.
another room. I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Okay.
All right, so yeah,
Bye.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
feels so
that's
weird
good.
jumping from rooms that I don't want to be like, all right, guys, bye. I'm gonna go somewhere
Bye. No,
else.
Like
I would
peace.
talk to. All right, I'll talk to Jonathan. think you had a really, really good point. Like, I don't know, but it seems like it may have been somebody that has played with him
Oh,
previously.
it has to be. And I don't
Yeah,
even care that I'm
definitely.
saying that I've played with him twice
Yeah.
because I'm like I've told Daniel this before. I'm like I play very bluntly. It's kind of like what I was in the mole. You watch the mole. It's like it's very just open
Yeah.
and I'm gonna call people out. And if I see them or if I'm thinking anything, because there's, you know,
Like
can't
a
wait for
survivor game, you're either thinking this person's
yeah,
gonna
I
be
don't
really
care.
strong or this fucking annoying
I'd
me.
rather say what I
Like
want to
there's two reasons.
I'd rather say what I want to say and get murdered at some point than not say what I want to say and just like play
Yep.
like this game to make it to the I don't care.
Stick, I have to
Like
ask in your game, like, because obviously the round table is gonna happen and like someone's gonna go. Like, obviously it's just a game, and I feel like for myself, like, obviously if someone ends up throwing suspicion on me, like, I will take it, whatever. But like, do people like, does it get heated at all, or like, or is everyone kind of like chill and like, okay, like, you know?
In my season, when I played, we were like, I mean, there was some heated, but no, it's not, you don't name call. You don't like backstab. You don't, I mean, like everybody backstabs. Okay. So you don't name call. You don't get angry. You don't throw your computer across the, like it's a game. So, I mean, like
Mhm.
all discussions might have been like, you, you could think that about me, but that isn't even true and blah, 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 blah. And you're like really passionate about what you're trying to say because in the end, everybody that left was a
Mhm.
faithful. So you're trying to protect yourself. Why, like, you're nuts. You're nuts. Why are you saying that? I've done this, this, and this. And I don't think that, we were a three-girl group and it started off with one and she recruited one and I was brought back as one. And then we worked together and we pitted everybody against each other.
Mhm.
And so we always had a faithful versus a faithful in my season. This is an
Yeah,
entirely new game, right?
yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure,
So
for sure.
entirely new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be completely different. Also, the person that was the first trader, she had won like and came very close to winning the season 40, the last season of Phil's Facebook Survivor, like his final season. That was all winners. We were all winners, and she came very close to winning that. And so she was a very, very smart player. So you start off with a person like that, and it was
Mhm.
randomized. And Phil admitted it was randomized, that it
Mm.
was
Oh wow.
that.
Mm.
So when you start off like that, you're in for a shit show. It doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
surprised that she won the winter season and she won. You guys all three won?
She didn't win the winter season. She came close to
Oh,
win the winter
okay,
season of
gotcha.
Survivor, and all three of us went together and we won. Traders won. Yes,
Oh, okay, got it, got it. Okay, got it, got it, got
yeah. But when you have three people and a very small group of people,
it. Yeah,
it's not hard to whittle people down and tell, yeah, we're gonna win this,
I think
yeah.
you
right?
have some like very, astute observations, Stick. So like if you notice anything, my ears are definitely open because I feel like you're one to like, also probably call out people and you probably
Well,
would
I'll
notice
tell you
stuff.
right now, and I don't know if this is true, and it could just be nothing, but when I was watching your moles season,
Mhm.
and I watched it, all of it, Tina was really quick to throw out people's names and, oh, this is the reason why, and this is the reason why. And she was the mole the whole time.
Yeah.
Like there was some person that said that they were their favorite vacation spot was some random place in Ohio. I don't remember exactly where, but she was like,
Yeah.
no, why would they say something like that? That is very and then
If
she
like
would
no one was talking, she would bring up an accusation.
yes,
Yeah.
every time. And it took me a little bit because I thought it was Ashley. Is that her name? I can't remember. Ashley. Anyways, and it took me a little bit, but I was like, oh, Phil, it's Tina. I was like, Jesus. I just stopped talking to Phil after I figured it out.
Not
Yeah.
Ashley, but I'm trying to remember. Oh my God, I'm forgetting people's names that I played with.
Yeah.
It was last year. I know you're talking about the quieter one, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. She was on my
But
list too. But yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Do you
Well,
feel do you feel like Tina is doing it this time too? Because I know she said like
She
Brad's
already
name.
has. She threw out Brad's name.
I
She
heard
threw
that.
out Jonathan's name already. And she's trying to make
and then
alliances
and
with
then
it
she
seems like
messages
everybody.
and she messages me like, I trust you this game 100%, blah blah blah. You're so smart. I want to play with you, and so nice to play on the same side as you this time. That's what she's
Yeah.
messaging me.
Uh, I mean, that could totally be a faithful behavior. It really
Yeah.
could. I
Yeah.
just want to be safe, collect all my people, make sure that I
Right.
keep myself
And
safe.
that
But
and
it's also
that's
like, this is how you played your mole season when you were the mole.
I
Hmm.
100% agree. I think that it is either how she plays or how she plays when she's like trying to hide something. But at the base of it all is that if that behavior continues for me, that's someone who's a bad faithful. That's
Hmm.
someone who, if they are faithful, if because I'm like, well, especially if you're gonna throw my name out there, but I mean, like, I'm gonna bite back. But it's like, if you're just muddying the waters with saying all these, people's names and just accusing people for no reason, it's like you're just getting in the way. So,
This is a very
I do.
peculiar game because you can play exactly as a faithful would
Hmm.
play, and you can still be accused of being a traitor.
yeah,
And sometimes the evidence just mounts so much, like I did with my person, like he was my person. I kept him right up to the end, but I
Hmm.
had a mounting list of things that he slipped up on saying just randomly because I was his person,
Hmm.
and then I like threw it in his face. But like because I'm an asshole like that, I guess. But I
You
guess
don't seem like an asshole. I feel like you're very
when you're
independent.
I was a traitor, so I had
Yeah.
to make sure that he went.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
uh,
if Brad ends up leaving and he ends up being a faithful, I don't think Tina would have off the bat went after
push so
him.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah, to be him specifically. Unless
yeah,
she's playing like that and she's like, let me get another one
yeah.
out and then
But
but I
I've
just I
heard,
don't
right,
I
I,
don't
I
I
mean,
don't find
I've
that.
heard people defend Brad today, so I don't know that he's necessarily the name.
right. And
Yeah.
from what I understand is that Tina was the only person that Brad knew when he came into this game. And then she starts throwing his name under the
Yeah.
bus.
I will say he messaged me last night. We were chatting for a little bit and he basically said he heard Tina said his name or whatever. He said he heard your name, Jonathan, too. And he said, well, if I go out, like at least I was banished, not murdered. And so I was like, I guess he could be saying that as a traitor, like to make it seem like he's not, but um
I'd
that's
rather
what
be
he said.
murdered though, myself.
Would you
Right?
really?
I'm like, I feel
Yeah.
like if I was murdered, I'd be like, well,
There's nothing I could have
they had to kill
done.
me because they didn't
Yeah,
want me
yeah, yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Banishment, I'm like, oh, I'm like couldn't convince people that I was a faithful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, when I was banished in my season, the first banishment, and it was freaking brutal. I mean, like it was
Yeah.
because I was just like, oh my, I cannot tell you people anything. You're not gonna fucking believe me.
Mhm.
So I guess just vote for me. I was like, just vote for me.
Did
And
you
they
play with a
did.
lot of people that you knew before, Stick?
Oh, a lot of that season were Survivor players that, yeah, I
Okay.
knew quite a few players there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Um,
What's
and
up,
so
everybody?
Hey, Melissa.
hey, Melissa,
Hi.
How are
Sorry, I didn't mean
you?
to interrupt. I'm good. How
guess
are
we're
you
just talking
guys?
about my last season and how it went. But again, I will reiterate, this is an entirely new season, right?
Mm.
So,
What was
I
happening in
can,
your
so
room?
yeah, what's
can we
going on in
watch
your room?
that season still?
Probably.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
I don't know.
Cool.
He takes a lot of shit down off of his page when he's doing new games, so maybe not.
Oh,
I
does
know.
he? Oh, let me go. I have to go rewatch it or go watch it again. Let me
Yeah,
see.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Is it
Well, I was
long?
in one room and he kidnapped me and put me in another room.
Oh, too many people over there.
Oh,
So, what's
today?
going
I
on?
don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you asked
just
you asked a
now.
question and I was like,
You were
and then you
answering
and then
and
you
then all of a sudden,
disappeared. Yeah.
poof, I
Yeah. I
disappeared.
was I was like, well, Melissa's never gonna find out. But
I do want to know. But no, yeah, no, Phil kidnapped me and put me in another room.
You did that to me last
I'm gonna
night
say I
too.
see 7 people in a room. Were you in that big group?
Which room was that?
It says apricot arms.
I was just there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
guys.
how
What's
did
going
that
on in
go?
Oh,
Apricot Arms? Oh, bye, Brad.
Oh,
Oh, nope.
people are
Now
being stolen. Oh my
Oh, we're leaving.
Hello. Now we're 14.